We want to give a big thank you to our sponsor, Touring and Cruises. Here's something you might not know. Booking with a travel advisor doesn't cost you anything. Disney pays them after you travel. You'll pay the same price you see online, but Touring and Cruises adds an enhanced level of service. Their expert advisors watch for discounts and apply them automatically, even after you book. And it's not just Disney. They can help with cruises, Universal, and all kinds of vacations. Whether you want help planning it all or just someone in your corner if plans change, they're here to help. And yes, they'll wait on hold with Disney 4 hours, so you don't have to. So when you're ready to plan your next trip, head to touringandcruises.com and tell them Rope Drop Radio sent you. Now, let's rope drop.
Helping you navigate the Disney parks.
With the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
You're listening to Rope Drop Radio.
Welcome to another Rope Drop Radio. I am Doug McKnight here with Lauren Shields. Lauren, state swimming happened? That was exciting.
Yeah, we had a big weekend. Both my swimmers had some PRs. Luke got another summer sectional cut, which is the harder sectional that's geared towards the college kids. So it was a good weekend. A couple races didn't quite go our way, but I would say we came out with some PRs. You can't complain too much. So it was good. Mm-hmm. And now it's sweltering hot,
yes.
Hotter than Florida.
It's hotter here than in Florida. And people, remember we did the How to Handle the Heat episode? And what I really wanted to say is we're from the Midwest. We know how to handle the heat. It's okay. We will be fine.
After this,
what was it? 114 heat index the other day, and my kids are at marching band, so nothing.
Yeah, it's 100 teens heat index around here. Today was the first day all summer where I was it is too hot for me to go run outside. I've been fighting through all the heat waves. Today I succumbed to the treadmill. How is your training going?
I got out. It was one of the days, it was 94 when I did go out, and I did 2 miles, and I did better because this is way earlier than anything I did before. So I'll keep people updated by posting, just as long as people like and comment on my posting about exercising.
You got a lot of encouragement. It was good.
I'm going to keep needing said encouragement until April 11th when we go on a trip, Lauren.
Yeah, we have 2 Rope Drop Radio trips coming up. Although, wait, when are we doing this one? This one's this week. Yes, so it's still not too late to do the August one. Yep. We were recording a lot of
I've been busy at Rope Drop Radio headquarters.
When this comes out, I will be hopefully in Italy. So anyway, we're doing a Rope Drop trip August 30th through September 2nd. If you book with Touring and Cruises and do a minimum of a 3-night stay with 3-day tickets, you can get a $25 Disney gift card. So that's an awesome thing to get. Come join us. We are going to have meetups. We are meeting at the Odyssey on the 31st.
Mm-hmm. At Epcot.
Do you remember the time?
2?
I think 2.
1? 2.
We have it on social media, and I will talk to Annette about pushing through an email. And then we're going to meet at 4:00 at the Magic Kingdom on September 1st to have a meetup. So people going to the party and not going to the party, the Halloween party that night, can come see us. We're going to be behind the Ye Old Christmas Shop, right?
Yeah, a little courtyard area back there with rocking chairs and whatnot.
Is it shaded?
It can be in certain spots.
That was Doug's pick. I picked the indoor Odyssey air-conditioned one. So
that's a pretty solid one. That's a good choice.
Yeah.
No pickle shakes.
Yeah, correct. No. But there is an email list. If you check the show notes, you don't have to book your trip with Touring and Cruises to join the list or to come to any of the meetups. Everyone is welcome. The email list is just to kind of keep you updated. And then in the springtime, we'll be doing the springtime surprise where we'll make Doug run both the 10K and the 10 miler because I am evil and made Jeannie signed him up for that while he was in Greece, Italy,
I was
somewhere.
During Europe, and I'm now I'm running 6 more miles.
You are going to do better.
That's all I can do. Better.
So come join us for that. Touring and Cruises is partnering with us again on that for the $25 Disney gift card. So again, it's a 3-night minimum stay with 3-day tickets. We will add that to the show notes this week. We need to do that as well. Okay. So. Yeah, you got some work to do, Doug.
Okay, show notes. Getting better, maybe, sort of.
Do better.
Yes. Do better. just like my training. I'd love to see lots of people along the course. Like if you're not running, you can come and cheer, and you can do that early in the morning before the park even opens, and
Yep.
cheer and encourage. Would be fantastic. Yeah,
Yeah, so those are special people. That's impressive that people do that.
I'm gonna need it. So,
Yes, you
especially
will.
the second day, gonna need it. Come
You
cheer
will.
for me, please.
Hopefully, we see some Patreons on this trip. We
Yeah.
don't have any new Patreons this week, so Doug will have lots of tears. But please come check us out at patreon.com. We do bonus after show weekly where you hear Doug and I talk more unfiltered. Doug gives the Disney news this week. I haven't listened yet.
All about chicken strips, basically. Yeah, whole episode
Oh,
about chicken strips. Not a whole episode about chicken strips, but there was a lot of food. It was food heavy, and the recent theme seems to be making chicken strips spicy or hot honey. We're just dressing up chicken strips now.
okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So yeah, come check us out at patreon.com.
There you go. And another great way to support the show is just making sure you like and subscribe to the show. It's amazing how many people that listen are not. So just take a minute, click the little button so you never miss a rope drop. And then, of course, another great thing to do is leave a 5-star review. If you've been listening for a while and like, you know what, I haven't left a review, maybe it's time. Head over to Apple Podcasts, leave a 5-star review, and we'll read it on air and love you forever. This week's 5-star review is titled My Favorite Disney Pod. 5 stars by at KJBC. All right, here it is. I've been meaning to leave a 5-star review for a while now. Rope Drop Radio has played every Friday in my car on the way to work for a couple of years now. It takes me to Fantasyland on my way to Reality World. Isn't that why we love Disney? Just a little escape from reality? Lauren, keep giving Doug just a little bit of a hard time to keep him on his toes.
Oh, that's a good review. And I will, of course, always give Doug a hard time. It's my favorite thing to do. So thank you for that great review.
Yes, another favorite thing is having small children at your house pick out the Stuffy of the week. This week's Stuffy is quite large and very it's a thing, and it's head over to YouTube, check it out, leave a comment as to who the Stuffy is and where you find said Stuffy. Where's this creature habitat live? How about that? Give us some of that on the YouTube. Hopefully we'll be on YouTube. We've had some technical difficulties, to say the least, and we did not get our video the other week, but it is what it is.
Should be back up this week, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll be over there on YouTube. Sorry, YouTubers, for missing you last week. From the bottom of my heart. Okay. All right, we're going to talk all about your questions after this break. Hey, Nebraska rope droppers. Getting to the magic just got easier. The Lincoln Airport now offers nonstop flights to Orlando twice a week on Breeze Airways. Every Wednesday and Saturday. Skip the layovers and get straight to Mickey faster than ever. I've flown Breeze myself. It's a great experience with one of the youngest fleets in the sky, flying only Airbus A220s. So next time you're planning a Disney vacation, start at Lincoln Airport, your shortcut to the magic. And welcome back. It is time to answer your questions. Are you ready, Lauren?
I'm ready. I love listener questions. They're so fun.
They're my favorite. We could do it more often, but then we'd be one trick pony.
We would. Yeah.
We gotta vary things. Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
We're not just trip reports. We're not just questions. We're all the things. Okay.
Yep.
We're going to start with patrons because they get to go first. That's just the way it is. So from our Patreon Facebook page, here we go. Jessica Pelfrey Mixon. Also, pronunciation of your name's guaranteed here. All right. Best strategy to snag breakfast at Topolino's on the day your dining window opens.
I'm going. Aim for it later on in your trip, because if you're staying on site, you get to book for each day of your trip on that opening booking day. So the later on in your trip, the better luck you'll have it. Make sure you are up and doing it at the time it opens up, which I believe is 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, I think 6 a.m. Eastern, yeah.
Because that one kills us with the 5 a.m. Central Standard Time.
It's not
It's a
nice.
popular one. Yeah. And big groups, like I don't think they have tables bigger than 6. So if you have more than 6 people, you want 2 tables,
Yeah.
2 logins for that. That's a pro tip there. But it's a hard one to get. So just put it towards the very end of your trip.
That does help a lot. All right. Sarah Moreau coming at us with any tips for a newish band parent. I was a string player, viola, but my oldest will be playing trombone again this year in middle school. I am still having trouble getting over the spit valve and the idea the trombone needs an occasional bath. All right, so we answer any questions clearly. Like you
We
want
do.
life advice, we're here for you. All right, so do you want this one or you want me to take this one?
You
We're
give me your
both.
expert opinion. So we have a trumpet player in the house,
Mhm.
but Doug, they have lots of trumpet players, and
I
you
mean,
yourself are a trumpet player.
yes,
So
yes.
teach me your ways, and I will throw in anything there that we might have to add.
All right. Well, so Michelle's a trumpet player. I'm a trumpet player. Sam Alden, trumpet players. Claire, well, not everyone can make the best decisions. She's a percussionist. All right. So, trombone, first off, I'm sorry. It sounds like a dying moose at times. Good
That's
news.
mean.
Well, that's what it sounds like at times. The good news is the stuff coming out of the spit valve, not spit, condensation is like almost all condensation. And hopefully they like don't eat a burrito while playing the trombone. Otherwise, it's a lot of not condensation, is bacteria, and don't tell your kid not to eat right before they play. That's the good. The bath, yeah. I mean, keeping it clean is going to help that bacteria count. Um, my advice is volunteer to help. Be a good band parent. Get in there. Get your hands dirty. Push an instrument onto the field when they're in high school. Best way to watch your marching band. There's my advice.
That
Okay.
was a lot.
I am a lot, Lauren.
Yeah. I got nothing other than I don't know about the trombone, but we have to do like the oiling for
Yeah,
the
I gotta keep the valves oiled. They gotta oil the slide. Yeah, it's quite greasy, messy, and middle schoolers.
Yeah, we had to YouTube that. So that
Oh,
was fun. It gets easier and make your child do as much of it as
oh
they
yeah,
can. So we don't touch it. Like I
it's
think
life
we
skills.
showed them a YouTube video, did it together the first couple times, and then let that kid do that. They got to take care of their own instrument.
Fantastic advice. Yeah, let them learn.
Mm-hmm.
All right, little hypothetical stuff coming at us now. Matt Schroeder. Buses have been eliminated. Dun dun dun. With the exception of severe weather. Monorail and Skyliner must be expanded. Do you A, add monorail only, leaving current Skyliner setup as is? B, I don't know why I'm holding up 2 fingers, Lauren. He's got a B in there. All right, add Skyliner only, leaving current monorail setup as is. C, a mix of both. If so, what resorts get monorail? What resorts get Skyliner? What do you choose for park hopping, etc.? Going from Hollywood Studios to Animal Kingdom. A, B, or
Oh,
C, Lauren? A, B, or C?
I think you have to go see. I think it would be hard
Yeah.
just to expand one, right? Because you already have a setup.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So monorail, I would love to see Wilderness Lodge get added into there.
Yeah,
Like, let's
somehow.
get that over there. I
Yeah.
don't know how they would do it, but they can do it.
Can be done.
I don't know
I
that I
know.
would
You
expand
just
it
keep
anywhere else.
expanding Wilderness Lodge to the monorail. Problem solved. Moving sidewalk all the way to the main building. It's probably the
Man,
cheaper option too.
it might be.
And you could
Yeah.
sell rooms. Look at us make the Walt Disney Company more money.
See, you can tell we have no engineering experience. Yes, it will just work. Keep going.
Keep going.
Would you expand the monorail anywhere else though? Because I
I
think
don't
that's the only spot.
I don't think so. I think that's it. And I think the rest can be Skylinered
Skyliner.
in, right? Because you can easily get Animal Kingdom, Blizzard Beach, Coronado straight shot from what they already have.
Yep.
The the hard one is how do you double back and get all stars included? And then the whole Disney Springs area with Old Key West and Saratoga, like where do you pick them up with a Skyliner that makes any sense? And heaven forbid, people are going to park at the Disney Springs lot and get on the Skyliner, better be checking magic bands.
Yeah, they would have to do that too. That's
I
true.
I think it'd be pretty easy to Skyliner over have a big station at Disney Springs though, and like you'd
Yeah.
have to have little spur bring Old Key West. Oh, but we still got the French Quarter. All that would have to come to the hub at
Yep.
the Springs.
The Skyliner would get quite extensive
Yeah, it's a
to make
lot
this
of
all happen.
skylining. You know what works really good for sporadicness like this with one-offs, one direction? Buses.
You said no
You
buses.
should try a bus in that situation. Have you thought about a bus? So, yeah,
It's eliminated.
trains need high density to high density, which isn't what they're doing currently with it,
Right.
right? High density would be running it from value to value. So,
Yeah, that would get complicated. But I'm just thinking of all the fun Skyliner names they could have. They could have like the Mickey route and the Donald Duck route.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I can name them. I just can't build them.
No. Yeah. Do a mix of both. We're building actually, we're not adding more monorail. We're just adding more hotel.
That's your
Only
idea.
option. Only option.
A moving walkway. All right, should we move on?
I think that was. Oh, this says there's 11 comments. Why is this only showing me 3?
You have to,
I gotta
click
go
on
to
them and
all
say
comments. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, there's more. All right. Scott Lucas, must-dos at the Halloween party. Lauren, what are your must-dos?
The parade. It's the best. I'm not a parade person, but it is the best parade, so you have to go see it. I enjoy the fireworks. I don't know if that's a must-do. I feel like it's a must-do because it's the only time you can see that fireworks show,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, that's what makes
At least
it special.
once. Yeah.
My must-do is get some candy and eat it during the parade.
Oh, that's a go. You have to go trick-or-treating.
Gotta go
When else can
trick-or-treating.
you go trick-or-treating at Magic Kingdom?
You gotta wear some sort of costume.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be elaborate. It can just be a t-shirt, but you gotta be some sort of costume and you gotta go trick-or-treating. All right.
I agree.
All right. This one's just for you, Lauren. Sarah Moro again. How, in all caps, do you manage those early swim meet mornings so early?
Oh my God. So state was crazy. They had to be on deck at 6:15 a.m. It was horrible. How do I manage it? Usually they're not that bad. Usually it's like 7 or 6:45. I don't know why 6:15 was just way worse. How do I manage it? A lot of coffee. A lot of coffee. And I will pick up, so Luke doesn't drink any caffeine, but I will pick him up a pink drink with light caffeine that morning from Starbucks. And then we don't give Gracie caffeine because she's
Already got enough
she would
energy?
be wired. She would be wired. Yep. So I'm sure as she gets into high school and she can handle it more, we would probably do that. But caffeine, that's all I can say about that.
All right. Drug of choice. Got it. All right.
Yep.
Next one, Trisha Marcella. My son, 21, and his girlfriend will be attending the first Halloween party. We haven't been to the party since he was a kid. Any advice or strategy for someone with food allergies? Thanks.
Oh,
All
we know how to
right.
do this.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
go to the special place for the special people. That's how it feels. But they'll just give you all the stuff at once. Where is it? It's like the ticket office, right? In Liberty Square.
When you get into the Halloween party, they have a special map where all the trick or treating is, and they will say where the allergies are. Because I feel like they expanded it last year to more than one
that'd be
location.
good.
Yeah, so check for that and see where the allergies are. I'm not 100% sure she was referring to is it a food allergy with that? Because my other thought, it's just hard to eat during the Halloween party because most of the fast food restaurants, counter services are trick or treat stations. So eat a 4 or 4:30 meal somewhere, like a sit down meal, or if you want to do counter service, that's fine. Get fed early so that they're good to go the rest of the night because it's going to be slim pickings after that.
All right. Very good. All right. Yes. Next one. Melissa Huff Biscup. We say her name wrong all the time, and she's never
Melissa.
really.
We're sorry.
Yeah. Just let us have it. All right. Maybe more a Patreon show Q&A. My youngest son is leaving for Tulane in 2 weeks, which is 14 hours away. My older son goes to college only 80 minutes away. Tips to have a child live so far away for the first time. I only got a 3 hours away. So
Yeah, but you
not
kind of
near as far,
had
but
a sneak peek of it this summer because Sam was gone for internship. So how did you
uh-huh.
manage that?
Well, it helps that she's been 3 hours away for 2 years. Now she's 22 hours away in Jacksonville. I since she enjoyed her internship and was having fun, right? That made it a lot easier. If she had been kind of like counting the days until she got to come home, that would have been really hard. So I'm going to be totally honest. The happiness of the child, where they're at, will
Mhm.
impact how you handle it and how well it sits. It's still hard. It's like leaving a piece of you somewhere.
Yeah.
And there's no easy way to do that if you've been involved with them and active in their life. I know some people that are just like, well, here's your bus ticket. I blows my mind. I know
Yeah.
people like the kid drove themselves, moved themselves in. You know, one parent was talking about how, oh, it was so great. My kid got invited to dinner. It's with their roommate's parents, and I'm like, well, where were you? Oh, we were already home. Like you pulled
Oh,
up and let them out, right? And
yeah.
yeah, so everybody's different, but it's hard. There's no easy on
I
that
think
one.
you guys had trips planned too, helped.
Yeah, Michelle went down and went on a cruise with Sam. I was there for a while when left her down there. And then like with college doing marching band, we try to make it to as many football games as we can this year a little bit. But the spring semester, like we never went to Lawrence this last spring, which was really weird
Oh,
because we went to a
yeah.
basketball game that was still in the fall semester. So it was odd,
Yeah.
very odd.
Yeah. I would say having something planned will probably help,
All
like
right,
a
Melissa
visit
has
planned.
another question. I ran the
Okay.
10 miler with you all a couple years ago and signed up for the things this rope drop radio run weekend. Any training
Yay.
tips? I want to be better. I just do better. Do better, Melissa. That's all the training tips I got.
Well, I will give her my training tips because I don't think Doug should be giving advice on this.
I have graduate level physiology, exercise
Mm,
science education. I can give all the advice. I just won't because I
yeah.
should listen to it myself.
So when I trained for, and I just did the 10 miler, I think Melissa signed up for everything, but I think she can get it done.
Last time or this time?
This time, I think she signed up. She
Oh,
says, I'm signed up for all the things.
all the things.
Yeah. And she'll be fine. I followed the Jeff Galloway. There was a
Mm.
10 miler in there, and I followed that schedule. So I think I actually ran 10 miles, like you progressively go up and then you start tapering off as you get closer to the race. I did do a 10 miler at my, like at home, like maybe 3 or 4 weeks before we went. And that was really helpful. So then I knew I could do it. I really like his slow build up of mileage every week and then tapering down so you're well rested for the race. So go to the Jeff Galloway. I don't know the name of the website, just Google it. But they have a plan for just about any sort of race. And I would probably just train for the 10 miler, not overtrain, because you'll be able to get the 5K and 10K done just from that. Don't you think?
The thing that worries me the most is getting up in the morning 2 days in a row. Let's be
There's
real.
people, she's got to do it 3.
Yeah, God bless her. That's
I
gonna be
don't,
the hardest part. Getting up that
you can
early.
do it, Melissa. You'll do
I
great.
believe
Just
Melissa can. I'm worried about me. I'm talking about me now, Lauren.
oh dear.
Okay.
Melissa, you'll do great.
Yeah, she will. I might suffer. All right. Moving on. Lauren, here's our next one by Cindy not Lemonade, but
Lemoyne.
close. Lemoyne.
Lemoyne.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right. Best DCL cruise ship for first time DCL cruisers. And go.
I bet me and you have different answers.
Okay, I'm interested. You go. I already got mine locked
Okay.
away.
Our favorite is, and I think still the best one for our first time Disney cruiser is the Fantasy. It's going a lot of times it's going to both the private destinations, which I think is a great way to kind of ease into the cruising. You have 2 private destinations where no one's bugging you, and it's all Disney
Mm-hmm.
run and the food's included. So it's really nice. We just love the Fantasy. I love how it's one of the older ships, so it's not going to have all the bells and whistles that the new ones have, but it's got a really good layout, really good staff on it. We've always had a good time on it. I think it's just one of like the really good old ships.
Yeah. I can totally agree with the Fantasy. I have no problem with that. That's fantastic advice. My advice is pick the date and the itinerary you want and don't
Yep.
worry about the ship. The ship is almost secondary to what do you want, where do you want to go, when do you want to go there. Pick that. Don't try to shoehorn like, oh, I've been looking and I think the Wonder is the ship for me, and then shoehorn it into your schedule. Like, pick the destination, pick the dates, find the ship. Does that make sense? It's a different
It does, because
approach.
like the Wonder gets hard because you
Yeah,
just use that as an example. The Wonder is like
because
on
it's
the
the
West
hardest.
Coast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got the weirdest. Unless you
And
want to sail out
Alaska's
of San Diego a
expensive.
bunch.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I agree. Like, figure out where you want to go first. But the ones doing like the Bohemian shorter cruises that I think are just easy to fit in the schedule right now, Fantasy is my favorite. If you want to do a longer one, I would do the Treasure. That's my favorite of the new ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, right. You got to look at dates and what fits in
But
with.
Fantasy, solid pick,
Is
or the
so
Magic.
good.
If you want a little
Yeah.
smaller, more intimate experience, the Magic all the way.
Yeah.
All right, next up, Scott Lucas. How to succeed at the new version of Buzz. I haven't been a patron for 5 years to lose to my 9-year-old in October, Doug. Facts. All right. Is this me? Am I answering this one, or do you have tips?
I don't have tips. Go ahead.
All right. Find the things that are blinky around the outside, like they're all white lit up or they're rainbow. Those are worth more points. If someone hits a rainbow target, everything becomes worth more points. Someone almost has to do that for you to get to Galactic Hero multiple times during your ride. You don't have to hit the rainbow one, but somebody does. The other way to make sure you beat your 9-year-old is to constantly put your hand in front of their eyes, poke them in the side, steal their gun, wet willies. It's a battle. Nothing is no eye gouging, no kicking below the waist. That's the only rules.
That's something.
Solid advice.
Good parenting tip there, Doug. Don't forget, my favorite one that you shared with us when you first did it was don't hold down the trigger. Right?
Oh yeah, keep pulling.
Yes.
When you get it lined up because it's got the constant laser, and then just real quick with your trigger finger as much as you can. When you hold it down, it's like choo, choo, choo. Where when you're pulling the trigger, it can go. But you can't do that the whole ride, or you will die. Like, your finger will fall off. They won't be able to surgically attach it because there's not ice close enough and it's hot. So line it up and then pull the trigger a bunch. Line it up, pull the trigger a bunch. And then if all else fails, wet willies. Noogies?
So I know that you're a trumpet player, but just then I felt like you were a percussionist because of how you explained the different noises.
Trumpet, you know what? You can scat in the
DJ
trumpet
Doug.
section. All right. Here we go. Last one from patrons, because we're taking way too long on this, Lauren. What are we doing? All right. What's your favorite all-around vacation you've ever taken? Could be one from before kids, Disney cruise, one from when you were a kid, anything. You don't need to share this part if you don't want to, but I will. Mine is probably the 3-week trip to Europe when I was 17. It was a group of 45 students, and I met some of my lifelong best friends on that trip. 6 of us even took a 20-year reunion to Disney together in 2024. It was my favorite because it was such a transformational experience in my life. I don't think I'd be the person I am today if I hadn't gone.
Oh.
That's from Leslie Radke. I never said that.
You didn't. Yep. Hi, Leslie. Yep. She's a coworker of mine. So I just want to say hello. Oh, that's a good question.
Favorite trip.
It's hard to pick
favorite trip.
one.
I think.
Do you have one?
I think my second Europe trip with the kids, my first one was really good, but it was nice having them a little bit older. It's like a toss-up between those two.
Yeah.
The first one included Disneyland Paris and a lot of trains, very Europe, all the snacks. It's hard to top that one, actually. I'm going to go with that one. Yes.
Yeah. I think my favorite is our first Europe trip when we did the 12-night Disney cruise when we did Iceland and Norway.
Yeah, ours.
We were also traveling with friends and Jake's parents, so it was just a big group of us, and we had the best time. It was so good. Loved it.
I like it when there's less. Just my children to harass me and tell me I'm a bad guy.
I like both. We like.
Yeah.
I will say, if we got in a pattern of traveling, we did like 2 or 3 trips where we either had friends or family with us, and finally the kids were like, "When are we going to travel by ourselves?" And I was like, "Next trip," and they were like, "Okay,
next trip."
So that's true.
I think Europe. We did London, Paris, Barcelona, 5-night cruise to Rome, Florence.
Yeah,
that was so many crepes.
All the crepes.
Yeah, that's and lots of trains. All the train delays. Every train was behind, and like, yeah.
I wonder. We all kind of picked, like, I think she might have too, our first big Europe trip. Really.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I did a high school one for, like she said, it was banned. It was like 2.5, 3 weeks. Did one of those, but I did not do a reunion trip, clearly. Yeah, like they gave us free time in like London and Paris, and everybody else just like sat around the hotel. And I was like, who wants to go to the Eiffel Tower? And we like got on the metro and and they do the same trip now, the same company, proposed the same exact way. And guess what? They don't get now. Free time to leave the hotel. Like, you can't leave the hotel. So like, yeah,
not anymore.
No. So, all right, that's it for Patreon, Facebook. Lauren, what do you got for us as we get cooking on these questions?
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're going to go to Facebook, just regular listener questions. Tia Banks says, if you could put any Disneyland ride into DWW, I didn't say that right, Walt Disney World.
Not at all.
What would it be, and where could you put it?
I would put Mr. Toad's right where Winnie the Pooh is.
It was already there.
I know. I just put it right back. I want Mr. Toad's back. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Radiator Springs Racers.
Yes.
Let's just
insert test
stick
track.
that. Or do we have to replace something? Can't we just like tack that on the side of Animal Kingdom and claim it fits because the cars are really animals?
Well, if you have like the tractors that moo, it would fit in.
It makes as much sense as some other things.
That's my favorite one. I also really enjoy the Guardians of the Galaxy
Tower of Terror.
Yeah. I like that better than Tower of Terror, which I know the Disney community is gonna hate me on that one.
Emails to Lauren at.
I know. So, I like that one better. But I think those are the best rides pretty much over there.
Yeah, and Mr. Toad's is just a nostalgia thing. It's not that amazing. Let's be honest. It's like looks like cardboard cutouts.
Yeah, but my kids would happily skip it, but I don't let them when we go
because it's only there. It's painted plywood mostly, right?
But you get to go to hell, so there's that. Right?
That's my favorite part. At Disney.
All right. Liz Stafford Pace says, what is still on your WDW bucket list? Experiences, resorts, restaurants, etc. What things are on your forever repeat list?
Well, my forever repeat list is just Small World and Ohana. I think that's it. So the bucket list resort, I think, would probably be a Poly Bungalow, right? That's if it's something you can book and pay for. Or the cabins over at
which one would you pick
Lodge.
If you could pick one first? Because I would actually prefer to. I'm more gunning for the cabins.
If I'm not concerned about going to the parks, the cabins. If I want transportation to the parks, then the Poly, because Wilderness Lodge, not on the. It's one of the worst transportations in all of Walt Disney World, right?
So you should not be worried about going to the right.
Right,
you should be worried about going to the parks.
If I can afford the cabin, I have like a driver on staff waiting for me. So,
and then you have like the Premier Pass, so you can go whenever you want and do whatever you want.
So,
my forever repeat list is we don't do it every time because it gets too expensive, but I love the dessert party at Magic Kingdom. That's my splurge I like to do.
All right, so
as much as I can
of what we haven't done, food wise, Victoria and Albert's. That would be, I'd love to do it once. I don't know if I'll ever have the opportunity. Like, it's a lot of moving parts and pieces. Also, just to feel like I have the money to spend that much on me eating. Don't know.
That's true.
It's a bit. It's a commitment financially, time, and clothing, and I'd have to behave.
Good clothing. That's true. The bucket
Right,
list
but
that
I'd
will
love
probably
to.
would never come true, but will always be on my bucket list is staying in the Cinderella suite.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's just not
Yeah.
going to happen, sadly. That's a good question. All right, next question. Steph Waterman says Disney Cruise Line question. Thinking about a trip with 6 total, 2, 5, 7, 9-year-old. Best ship for kids this age. Kids have never done a cruise before, and kids don't love superheroes.
I think what you described with the fantasy and going to
Mm-hmm.
Lookout and Castaway is perfect if you're beach people, right? If you're not
Yep.
beach people, go to Alaska.
With a
There you
2,
go.
5, 7, and 9-year-old?
No, never mind. Strike that. Go do the beach. Yeah,
Yeah.
Alaska is
Yeah.
not for a 2-year-old or a 5-year-old. Maybe a 5-year-old if you have older siblings, but
Yeah. And
yeah.
4 to 5 nights, I think is a great starting
Yeah.
point for a first cruise. 3 nights, you will feel pretty rushed. 4 nights, you do feel a little rushed. So, like, if you can swing a 5, do
Mhm.
that. But I get that people are worried they're going to feel sick or they're not sure they're going to like it. So, I think 4 nights seems to be
Yep.
where it's at.
Yeah,
If you
if you're
have,
worried, do the shorter ones.
if the younger kids are having a princess, because I don't know if these are boys or girls or a mix, the Wish has a lot of princesses on it and does the 4 nights. And
Does.
the nice thing about both of them too is they're at Port Canaveral, so you can tack on a Disney trip if you want to. Just like one night, because you should come in
Yeah.
one night early anyway for the cruise.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
All right.
John Oles says, any chance you both could share a Disney trip experience from your childhood or teenage years that stood out to you for one or more reasons? More memories, the better for us listeners.
All right. Yeah, I went with my high school band right after I graduated high school. So as a teenager, he said teenage years, right?
Or early years,
Or
whatever.
earlier. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, high school band continued down that track. It was just fun being in the parks with friends, right? Rather than my family. And we marched around Epcot. It was like 90 some degrees and we were dripping in sweat because we were supposed to take off our uniforms, put them back in the uniform bag, and then just go in the parks. And
Yeah.
we were gross. So for some reason, we're at Figment first. And when we came out of Figment, there was like discounted shirts. They were just white with Figment on them. Like, and so 6 of us all bought Figment shirts to change into. So we were wearing matching Figment shirts for the rest of that day after marching. And we still smelled like human garbage, but it was still
Yeah.
fun.
Oh, I still remember my very first trip. I was in kindergarten. My mom handed off my brother to my dad because he was not heavy into the parks then. He was like, my brother was maybe 9 months old.
Mm.
And my grandparents went with us, my mom's parents and my 2 older sisters. And I think Epcot, like no one had been to Epcot before. I think some of my sisters they had done Magic Kingdom before, but it was my first trip. We stayed off site. I still remember that, and had to take a bus over. But I loved it. I just thought, like, I was sold at age 5 that was like the coolest experience. And like, that's a core memory,
Yeah.
right? That my grandparents have passed, that they were there for that. And that's, pretty meaningful for me.
That's awesome. My first trip was kindergarten too.
Oh,
I don't think
look
we've
at
ever
that,
discussed
buddy.
that. Yeah.
Apparently there's a rule that if you have a kindergartner, you have to take them to Disney,
I hope I
at
did
least in
that.
the 80s. All right, next question. Amy Hembry Sosville says, my first question is about the American Adventure. I listened to a few Disney podcasts. You all are my favorite. Oh, thank you. And I'm getting mixed reviews on the American Adventure. I'm pretty sure Doug made an unfavorable comment about it.
Pretty sure I did.
If I make my husband and 11-year-old sit through this and it's awful, I'm never going to hear the end of it. But I'd like to see it. What is it exactly? And is it worth seeing? P.S. I joined as Patreon because Doug did Rock and Roller Coaster. Kudos,
Yes.
Doug. It's awesome. Look at that.
Yeah,
Thank you,
look
Amy.
at that. My pain and suffering paid off. Thank you
Yes.
for joining. It's animatronics telling a story. It's long.
Very long.
If you want some American history, it's great. Go for it. If you've seen it once, you're good. You don't need to see it again, I would say.
Mm-mm.
It is, if you have time for it, I will say it's worth going to. But if you're trying to fit more things in that you think are important, they're probably more important. Yeah.
I did take my kids to this, and probably one of them was alone at the time, and I'm pretty sure they all asked to leave.
Facts.
So,
Believe it.
Amy,
Yeah.
this might be a good time to go send your husband and son for snacks, or to go do something else if you love history and you want to go see it. Or if they're really tired and they just want to sit in the air conditioning, they may not fight you on that. But otherwise, I don't know that they will love it. So,
Yeah.
okay,
So,
we did all.
grain of salt.
Yeah, we did all the Facebook. So now we got to move to Instagram.
Woohoo. All right. Instagram. Here we go. Oh, what did I do? I'm trying to do this. Okay. I think I'm. All right. There we are. All right. From K Monk. Any tips for a first timer at a Run Disney event? I'll be running the Princess 5K in February. All right. My biggest tip. Do you want to do a tip first? You want a tip? Who wants a tip?
You go ahead.
Go to bed early. There you go. That's my only big tip.
Yes, that's it. My big one that I learned is stop and meet the characters. Nobody cares
Correct.
what your time is. I had run many a race before this. Everyone always asked me my time. Nobody at a Run Disney race will ask you what your time is. They will ask if you saw this character, or what you stopped and saw, or who you heard singing, or whatever. They don't care about your time, so don't worry about your time.
Wait, they timed that race I was in? No.
Yes. So, see, my time needs to be worse this time because I need to
Better
stop for
be.
characters. You need to do better.
You should just run with me, and then it would be worse. No, I'm joking. Don't do that. Okay, moving on.
Maybe. Okay. But I also did want to tell her, get on the first bus when they say,
Oh, yeah.
this is what, yeah, that was, I had to learn the hard
Go
way.
before that starts. I told you to.
I listened, but I fought you, and then Jeannie
Mm.
backed you up. So then I listened.
Yeah, I'm glad you listened to Jeannie and not me.
I
Okay.
did, not you.
Anyway, Troy Ragsdale landing at MCO at 5 a.m. Holy smokes. And renting a car. Any suggestions on what to do that early in the morning? Whew. I mean, coffee. I would stop at Starbucks first. Landing at 5 a.m. Honestly, go get ready to rope drop Animal Kingdom.
Yes.
If you're staying on property, it opens at 7:30 a.m.
Yeah, because by the
Works
time,
out pretty good.
land to the time you get a car and get to Disney, it will be 6 something. So yeah, you could
Go get a line.
you could drop off your bag if you're really early at the hotel.
But you can
with
also
Bell
just leave them in your
services.
car.
But you can leave them in your car and go straight to Animal Kingdom if it's
You could be the first car at the parking lot. Like you can sit, they'll tell you where to sit, and then you be the first car in, and then just go be ready.
Yeah, that's a first.
That's yeah. All right. Me Tidor. M Tidor. I don't know. All right. Would you rather? You can only eat at Cosmic Rays, but you get to stay at a deluxe resort of your choosing, or you have to stay off property, but you can eat at the best restaurants in every park and resort.
Oh, what are you going for? Food or resort?
I'd rather stay on property. I can handle the food poisoning. No, I don't know. This is like a Sophie's choice of misery right here.
100%.
I'm going to stay on property. I'll just...
So, like, can you stay in a villa with a kitchen and cook?
I mean, I'm not always going to be in Magic Kingdom, though. How do I eat when I'm not in Magic?
You can't.
I don't, just starve.
See, I think you got to stay off property so you can eat somewhere else, because I can't eat Cosmic Rays more than once
can
a
I
trip.
just stay at the Swan and Dolphin? It's off property, technically.
That's a gray zone, right?
Yeah, that question's
that is a tough question.
And we'll let you write a would you rather for us in the future.
Yes, a whole episode.
What we write. Whole episode of just all right. Figment Guru asks, serious question. Sorry. A serious one after all that. All right. DAS program is supposed to cover disabilities. Do you know if there is an actual list of accepted disabilities? Fun question. Being 60 is still okay/acceptable to start taking the Donald and Stitch, start talking like Donald and Stitch when I meet them.
Yes, that is acceptable.
Go for it.
100%. I wish I could do a Donald voice. That would be awesome.
I can't do either. Claire
That would
does
be awesome.
Stitch. I mean, she did that for speech. So Claire was
That's
Stitch
good.
for speech. All right. Do you want to answer the serious question or do you want me
I
to?
can I can try it because I don't know how much more you know than I do. They had like when the last year or two, a third party kind of come in and
Mm-hmm.
take it over because they had
Yep.
too many people abusing it. And since that's been taken over, they're very secretive about what the
Mm-hmm.
covered disabilities are. So, do they have a list on their side? Probably. Do we ever get to see it or know if it exists even?
No,
Nope.
I don't
So,
think
I
so.
have no idea. I mean, I'm sure that there is, but they'll never show it to us.
And when they're talking about disabilities, they do not mean mobility issues
Hmm.
because they'll be like the wheelchair, the scooter
The scooter
can
can
go through
fit.
the line.
Yep.
So if say you have trouble standing for a long time and you can't stand in the lines for a long time, you should rent a wheelchair and sit in the
Or
wheelchair
scooter.
or the
Yeah.
scooter, right? That's
Hmm.
that they're not gonna DAS pass you because of a bad knee or a bad hip at this point. And that's I
Yeah.
think what was happening.
Yeah.
There you go. Facts. All right, that's it. That's all I got on the Instagram.
Okay.
So
So,
back
these
to the
are
stories.
stories or just people DMing us. First question, Sweet Coast Caroline. Here's my question for the podcast. If you could put another Disney World in one other US state, which state would you choose and why? So clearly this would be in Iowa. I would love it to be so I didn't have to drive far. But realistically, that wouldn't work.
I mean, let's
Oh,
figure this out though.
okay.
I-80 is one of the busiest transcontinental interstates there is.
That is true. And we have lots of cheap land.
So honestly, Western Iowa, just across the river from Omaha, would not be a horrible idea because it's also an I-29 running north south. I-35 feeds into
Yep.
29 from the Dallas Fort Worth. All like Minneapolis isn't that far. Chicago's not that far.
So road wise, it's good, but it would have to be like an mostly indoor park because the winters
Yeah,
are too
you'd have
brutal.
to be in a bubble, but hey, we're gonna learn how to do that in Dubai. So no
That's
excuses
true.
going forward, except we don't have oil, money, and cheap labor. So
Yeah, that's
yeah.
problematic. So Iowa.
Also, the cheap labor, like I mentioned, is problematic, but hopefully
Think
it's
of
not
all the
quite as bad
meetups we
as the
could
World Cup
do. It
in
would be like right in
Dubai.
between us.
Oh,
Not in
you mean
Dubai.
in Iowa, Disney
Yeah.
World?
Yeah.
The Omaha airport would have to
Expand.
remodel as soon as the remodeling is done here. So
Yeah.
yeah, I need to add a double in size.
So I'm sure she wanted us to more strategically think that through, but we were being a little biased. We kind of did with the roads, right?
I It makes sense from a traffic standpoint if we're worried about how many semis go past.
Yeah. The Des
Yeah.
Moines airport would need an upgrade too.
Does
Yeah.
it even count? It's like a fraction of Omaha's. So
Hmm.
yeah. Yeah.
All right. Haley Snyder says best lightning lane strategy for Hollywood Studios and Magic Kingdom. You
Okay.
got it.
Well, best strategy for Hollywood Studios and Magic Kingdom
Yeah.
the same day or different days?
She didn't specify. I would just say, what are you doing for each?
I
Let's do different days.
try to get early so that you can try to get another one, right? You want something early so you can tap in and book another one. But
Hmm.
Slinky Dog, I think, is your first go to at
Yeah.
Hollywood Studios. And then Toy
Bye,
Story
Rise.
Mania, Buy Rise, and Smuggler's Run, now that it's Grogu and Mando, is very exciting. Those would be my tier twos.
Yeah. If you
Oh.
can't get Slinky Dog or at a reasonable time, I would do Rock and Roller Coaster because I think that got popular with the Muppets.
Mm-hmm. And it's had a lot of downtime. Sam struggled to get on it again
She
this
did.
weekend.
Oh,
Yeah, they did get on it. So they had just left Hollywood Studios. They're on the Skyliner leaving. I text her, hey, it's back up. They get off the Skyliner, get back on the Skyliner, and go back over to do Rockin'. I don't know if they made it in time or not, but yeah.
oh, interesting. And then Magic Kingdom.
Something try to have in that first 9 o'clock hour so that you can tap and go. It does like whatever you can book early. But have it be something you want to do. Don't book something really nonsensical, right? But it has to be
Yeah.
available. That way you can try to get an additional tier 1. This is more book what you want to do.
There's lots of options.
no one only strategy here. The tier 1s are obviously there's going to be something in tier 1 that you really want to do. Pick it. That's my advice. Pick what you want to do.
I usually
Don't
end up
pick a show though.
doing no. I usually end up doing Tiana's because that seems to go down more than Space Mountain because we're usually between those two. Plus, it's a little harder to rope drop if like Space Mountain's pretty easy if you're staying on site. So that's what we typically go for. But yeah, any of the mountains are good first picks. If you're doing the individual lightning lanes, Tron's really fun at night. So try to get that for night 1. We like to do Seven Doors Mine Train late morning when everything else starts getting busy. But that's assuming you're buying individual lightning lanes. Yeah. All right. Next question. Rachel Perota. Hi, not sure what my question is, but you both travel so often with your families. I am a little germophobic about crowded places like Disney World and cruises. Is this even a concern for you? I aspire to have a more laid back outlook.
Yes, it's a concern.
Mm-hmm.
We use lots of hand sanitizer. When we get on our long flights, we definitely wipe down the tray table and the armrests and everything because when they're cleaning an airplane, they're not doing that.
They're not.
Yeah, even like we do that on most flights. Sometimes we just forget though. I'm going to be honest.
We get lazy on the shorter flights,
yeah,
but the longer flights, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. And then in the parks, like I got really good at not touching stuff during COVID. It was amazing. Like standing up out of ride vehicles without grabbing on things. Got good at it. And I've kept doing that. So that helps me. But we do hand sanitizer after lots of attractions.
Yeah. So Jake and I both have a backpack with us, and we both have like a little hand sanitizer in there, and all kids are hand sanitized after pretty much every ride. So
and
like
I'll
you've
get
seen
it
me
from
do that.
Lauren.
Yeah.
Like, Lauren, can you hit me with some hand sanitizer?
Yeah. And then wash
I don't
hands
carry
before you
around.
eat, right? Because like the hand sanitizer kills most of it, but it does. I always tell my kids
it
this,
doesn't
it
get everything.
Does not kill the GI bugs. So that's where you want to go wash your hands before you eat.
Yeah.
That's
the respiratory stuff is the hardest though.
Yep.
But remember, most of the respiratory stuff is through droplets, which land on things, and then you touch your face.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like that's really still how a lot of those. We went our whole Europe trip, and then our flight from Turkey to Amsterdam, the person sitting behind me coughed the whole way. I was like, I did not go 15 days not getting sick to get sick now.
Did you get sick?
No, I was fine. I recorded that night with you, and I've been fine since. So now I'm going to knock on wood.
I mean, have you?
By definition, me, yes, I've been fine. But
all right, 3 more questions here. Andrea Tyrell says, how is the Port Orleans Riverside bus system? Lots of stops, super crowded?
Yes and yes.
Yeah, it's our least favorite bus system. It's not good.
If you don't like buses, don't stay there. That's all I can say.
Or get a car if you really want to stay there, I guess, or just be.
We rented a car when we stayed there. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Laura Schmidt says, for listener questions, how is Derek doing? Please give an update on him. Derek is doing well. I feel okay sharing this because he came on. We did an episode with him after he left, and he is still sober and doing well. I chatted with him a little bit today. He was getting off a Disney cruise and headed over to Universal. So he is doing well. And I think that was sweet of you for asking. Jolene Keel. Oh, last question here. She's got 2 questions. Is a Mickey's Very Merry Christmas worth the spend? And if so, tips on how to maximize it. And then next question, pick one extra tour or experience like behind the scenes at Epcot from every park.
From every park. Okay. I think the Christmas party is worth it if you love Christmas. If you don't love Christmas, it's not really worth it. I think that's the thing. Tips for that, just like Halloween, get there early, decide which character you want to meet first and get in line before it starts. I think that's the biggest tip for both parties. Do you agree on that one, Lauren?
I agree. And skip Jack and Sally, because I think, are they at the Christmas one too?
Yeah,
Since they're
they're at
like kind of both
both.
holiday.
Yeah, they're double
That's
dip.
the worst line. Skip that one. Do the parade
Unless you're
late.
huge fans, but yeah, later parade.
Later parade. I think it's worth doing at least once, and then I don't know. It's fun. I would do it once at least,
Yeah,
right?
at least.
Okay.
At least once.
Yes.
Then that second question was behind the scenes tour at each park. So
yeah, or like an extra tour or experience at each park. So
okay.
What would you? Let's start. Well, Epcot. What would you do at Epcot?
I mean, I would love to go scuba diving in the seas, but I don't know how to scuba dive, so that's my
I don't
pick, I
either.
guess.
I actually want to do behind the scenes, but I'm afraid my kids will think it's boring. And I would like to do it during Christmas time so I can verify that the lights are not from Target.
You do that. Your kids will think it's boring because that's what our kids thought.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Animal Kingdom, I'd love to do the Safari Trek thing. That's an easy answer.
Is that the wild African trek?
Yeah. There you go.
That looked cool.
Yeah.
Where you like walk on ropes over things and then they feed you a nice meal. I heard really good things about that.
Yeah, I've heard great things about that. I don't think Hollywood Studios really has anything right now.
Well, she said experience. I would say droids and lightsabers.
Okay, lightsabers is an experience. It's a whole show that you're a part of. So you're right. I didn't think
you got to be a Star Wars fan though, because it's expensive. If you are not a Star Wars fan, do not do it.
No, not.
But if you are,
get 0.
You should do it. Yep.
Then Magic Kingdom. I still want to do Keys to the Kingdom. So
it's a great tour. Yeah, I would actually do it again. It was good.
All right, there we did it. We answered all your listener questions. Whew. So if you want to go to Disney World and use some of these answers from the questions, reach out to our friends at touringandcruises.com and they'll get you a quote. Link in the show notes. Also, if you're looking to get there from Nebraska, you can check out the Lincoln Airport and fly Breeze Airways nonstop to the Magic. And also get to Disneyland on Breeze from Lincoln Airport as well. So we're going to get on to our after show where we are going to talk a little bit about Lauren's upcoming trip to Europe, including Disneyland Paris. So check out the after show. So then we're on all the social medias at Rope Drop Radio on all of the things. So make sure you follow along, like and subscribe, and you'll be able to check out Lauren's trip as she goes here. So for Lauren, I'm Doug. This has been another Rope Drop Radio.